Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and this video is turning out to be a little bit of a mess, so I'm coming in right away at the beginning to tell you. I forgot that I made a clip because I bought Bella Coco's yarn from Hobie. I know. And then at the very end of this video, I was looking around in my room while I'm chatting, and then I saw that I had the Bernat blanket granny square yarn. And so then I talk about that at the very end of the video. So this is how the lineup's going to be. I just greeted you to tell you about that. Then the next part is going to be my opening of my Bella Coco yarn, which I bought a month ago and has just been waiting. I haven't even used it, waiting to do this video. And then it's going to be another opening, yeah, because that would be from today's versus the month ago, where I start talking about all the things I've been doing since school, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you in a minute. And at the very end of that is the talk about the crochet yarn from Bernat Blanket for the granny square. Okay, you guys, enjoy this video. Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and this is the first time that I bought a lot of yarn this summer. Yeah. I'm very excited to tell you that I ordered from Hobie. A few of you had asked, was I going to buy Bella Coco's new yarn? So if you don't know, Bella Coco has a YouTube channel. She used to be part of Crochet Society. She's a designer from England. She partnered with Hobie, a European yarn company, to make some yarn. And absolutely, I bought her yarn. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know, maybe just I'm overwhelmed in life. And so I didn't look too carefully when ordering from Hobie in regards to ordering Bella's yarn. The first thing I noticed is a lot of it was fingering yarn, and I'm not completely a fan of fingering, but a lot of my amigurumi books do require fingering. So I'm like, what the heck? I'll order some. Here I am now, sorry. And so I did order quite a bit. I'm trying to see if I have an order form in here. I want to say with shipping and handling and all that jazz, it was about $70 some. So with no further ado, I decided to order every color of the rainbow. Obviously a pink scale, not a real red. So I bought this color here. It says Merino DK, Bella Coco. See, it does say Merino DK. So even though it kept coming up on the screen as fingering, I guess it's not. 100% wool. It says here, it's a 2 fine, and it's a 50-gram ball. And because this is European, they don't even bother naming them. This is lot 225, color COL 15. So I got this pinkish shade. I guess I'll stack it right here for now. And then I really hemmed and hawed about what orange to get. So I got this kind of pink color. Yeah, color 19. Let's see, is there a yellow in here? Oh, yep, here's my yellow attached to the pink. This is actually a lot brighter than I would have liked. Woo! It looks brighter even in the camera than real life, but this is the yellow. Does it look okay with the pink? Yeah, it looks good with them. Okay, so that's the yellow I got. Color 17. I'm trying to stack it in here. 17. Yellow. Green. Here's the green color that I got. And I got 2 different color blues. I got a blue and an aqua, because this is one of my favorite colors. Pink, purple, and aqua are my favorites. You guys, I don't have a purple in here. Oh no, don't worry, I do. Here is the purple. And then finally, oops, it's all falling on the floor now. So much for being careful. And here is a lighter pink. This is like the pink that I got to be like the red, and then this is kind of a purpley pink actually. But this is the pink to go at the end of the rainbow, because I like to do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. And then I did get, in case I'm gonna do like amigurumi, I got a white. And then I got kind of, it was supposed to look like more of a peachy, a Caucasian person's skin tone. That's what I was kind of shooting for there. I don't see any packing slip. So I did, oh, maybe it's here on the outside. Yeah, $72. It says I bought 10 Bella Coco merino wools, 53-pound kilogram package, I guess. And then it was 72 US dollars. Obviously this would have been way cheaper if this was American, but I wanted to show you what I got. Now, I don't know if I'm just going to insert this in another video. Another video I want to make this summer, as my summer is ending, is a video about the things that I made. All the crochet projects and the specific patterns. So this might be tucked in with that video. My summer is running out real quick. So I did break my fiber diet. I just felt like I've been really blessed with a ton of yarn, and I've bought a lot, and I really should be using all of this before I buy new yarn. But a lot of folks were like, Summer, are you gonna get the new Bella Coco yarn? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to. And I do love that it says Bella Coco DK. I'm probably gonna make a project. I don't have very many days left. I mean, technically, I can go into school right now and set up my classroom, which you guys have been seeing with my setup videos. My first day of in-service is on the 19th, and today is the 13th, so I still have 5 more days. My kids want to go swimming. We're going to go to the Door County Fair. I guess I have time to read a book and then make something with all this beautiful yarn. The yarn is very soft. I mean, it's merino wool. I've used Hobie before. So this is just an opening, not really a review. I guess for 10 skeins of yarn, for the grand total to be 72. Technically, it came to be for me about $7 a skein. But yeah, there you go. I did finally order some yarn, and I got some Bella Coco merino. I wonder if it's cheaper for people in England. I mean, to be a wool, for it to be a natural fiber and be $7, that's not terrible. That's a good deal, I guess. 50-gram ball though, can't make much. It's gonna have to be amigurumi. All right, you guys, that's the end of this portion. If this isn't completely the end of the video, I'll make a closing later. All right, bye. Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and I'm sorry I was gone for a couple weeks. I'm back. It was just the start of the school year was really busy, and I was used to doing pretty much nothing all summer. Just hanging out with friends, going to Bible study, just doing whatever. And now I've got to get up every day at 5:45. I got to work all day long like everybody else in the world, right? Yeah. So it's just been a little bit of a break of time for videoing, because I've been trying to get in the swing of my new schedule. And then when I thought I was ready last weekend, because this is the second weekend in September, I got really sick last weekend. In fact, we're kind of cycling through the family. Flynn got it first, and because he's still immune compromised from his bone marrow transplant, he had a really bad fever, and he was home from school, and he had a sore throat and a headache and coughing and blah. So he's still carrying on with that. I got it the first weekend with Maddie, and that was Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I went to school drinking Dayquil. Monday to Tuesday. Wednesday, I started feeling better. I've stopped taking medicine. I'm just congested and still have like a cough. Then my husband started picking it up Monday, Tuesday, and then Jaron got it, and Jaron also is not doing well with it. He's also immune compromised in a different way. He's on a medication called Tolts, which is an immune suppressant medication, because he has psoriasis. And psoriasis is an overproduction of skin cells, and they can use that type of injection to cause his skin to stop making so much skin cells, and then hence no psoriasis. but then it does weaken his immune system. I'm trying to think where I can get my drink here. And so he's got a really bad headache, and he actually got a fever. I might pop him into urgent care today because I think he's brewing up an ear infection. So with all that to say, first weeks of school and getting sick, and of course it's one person at a time, so I've just been lazy. That's all it is. When I come home, I just want to sit at my comfies, veg out. But I have been doing a few little things I wanted to talk to you about. The first I hinted at in my Sticker of the Month Club video is the very last craft project that I did before school started. Is I took a bunch of my stickers and scrapbook paper that I've been hoarding up over the years, and I decided to make a bunch of cards. I took cards that other people gave me that I saved were pretty and cut them up, or I used stickers, and like, they're not beautiful, they're not amazing, but I just thought I would show you. This one I just took up a card and cut it up and put it on there. Here's another little card. I haven't done writing on them yet, I just did. This one is a happy birthday card. My plan is to keep these in my desks at school for staff and coworkers and kids. Here is another birthday card I made. Oops, I dropped one of my things I wanted to show you guys. What is this one? This is just a thinking about you kind of card. I used up lots of my pip sticks on this. This one is a Taylor Swift themed card. Do I have anything on the inside of this one? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here is another one, very plain. This one is, I can't open it, pretty plain. I don't know what I was doing with this one. It doesn't match itself at all. And then when you open it up, I don't know. Like I said, are these masterpieces? No, but it was just a fun, relaxing time for me, and it was a good way to get me going on before I started school. Here's another one. Just, yeah, so this was fun. This one is inspired by my second grade because we get the butterflies, the caterpillars, which we actually just got on Friday. Here's another, this one's obnoxious, I think. All those tiny little stickers, I guess. And there's a little one of those Taylor Swift ones. Yeah, so that was the last thing I did. I actually made some other ones and gave them out already because beginning of the school year, many of my coworkers have August birthdays. So we were passing those out. So yeah, I got started on that. And the other thing that fell, here we go, is I've got to get started on my hats. This year I have quite a few, fewer kids in my class than before. I have 17. So I did make a few hats this summer, so I don't have so many to make. This yarn, I've made hats out of this before. This is Big Twist. I hoarded up a bunch of skeins of this one. I want to say it's called Bubblegum. I'm very droppy right now. And I didn't pack reading glasses. Color. Oh, it's called Life. That's weird. I think of it as kind of gum, I guess. I don't know. So I'm working on that hat. I'm using these really cute little stitch markers. I usually use my Care Bear ones, but I think my stepmom got me these ones in a gift. I was like, oh, they're little sheepies. Those aren't stitch markers. They're stitch holders. Because in knitting, you keep all your stitches on they're all live, if you will. Whereas crochet, you just have the one. And so to keep them from sliding off your needles if you're not working on it, put those little holders on there and they stay there. Nothing worse than pulling your project out of your project bag and part of it's come off. Another thing that I'm doing here that I'm pretty excited, I'm probably going to do it this afternoon, maybe after I'm done making this little video here, is it's Spirit Week. Homecoming is real quick in the school year this year. Usually it's like the end of September to beginning of October, but it's going to be the third week of September. I guess that's kind of the end. Anyway. And one of the days is career day for dress up. So we do dress up days during Spirit Week. Monday is your favorite sports team. Tuesday was couch potato day. Wednesday is school class color. So we all wear one color. So everybody in my class is going to wear blue. Everybody in the other classes wears a color. And then we have an assembly. And we're all lined up in the bleachers. And it looks really cool. And Thursday is the one I'm excited for. It's career day. Yeah, I know. And so I bought myself, I looked up online because I just want to make sure, what does a Michaels employee wear? And online it says closed-toed shoes, jeans, white shirt, no holes in the jeans, I might add, and a red apron or vest. So I got myself a red apron. Luckily it came in a set of 2. I'm not, oh, here it is. Here. And here's the part that, you know, what you put on. And I am going to, for my career day, put that I'm a Michaels employee. One of the things I'm going to work on very carefully today is I'm going to take a white Posca paint pen and I'm going to try to write Michaels in cursive because I don't have time to embroider that. And then I'm going to paint over it. I'm using the Posca because obviously it's easier to write in cursive than paintbrush, I'm thinking. I do have 2 in case I make a mistake. And then I was going to use some of the buttons and pins that I have tucked over here that I got in my Crochet Society boxes over the years. You know, those little like enamel pins they give you. And so I was going to put a couple like crochet themed ones on there. And then I was trying to figure out, whether or not I was gonna, I really want to get one of those plastic shopping baskets. You know what I mean? One of those hand carts. But somehow I'm gonna carry around some crafts, like obviously yarn or different things that you would have for craft projects. Also was thinking about doing something with my hair so I can have like a knitting needle popping out of my hair. And then, maybe I'll go to Michael's and get ask them for a shopping bag. And maybe I'll just carry my stuff in a Michael's shopping bag. I don't know. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. But that's for career day. I'm very excited about that because I do think it would be a fun career alternative to work in a craft store. And our Hobby Lobby doesn't really have a uniform. I just see them wearing clothes. And those are the craft stores we have in Oshkosh. Okay, yeah, so that is a project I'm going to be working on this afternoon after I'm done. Hopefully I'll get some good pictures and I can post what I look like on career day at school. I'm even going to like put, you know, those white labels over my school name tag. So it says Michaels in red, cursive, and then or summer on there. I know. It will be exciting. That is my career day outfit that I got to work on. Now, I actually have a friend from college. It's weird to call her a friend because in college she was my supervisor. But now we don't work together and she's not my supervisor. Her name's Jen. And last year she had said she bought, I don't know, she either got some kind of storage, I can't remember, either bought out a storage unit or somebody they knew had some stuff in storage or something, and in it was crafty items. And I actually used a good amount of that yarn, but also in the spring, I do the crochet club at school, and I brought a lot of that yarn, and she had some extra knitting needles in that package. And I just got 2 more from her. I feel bad if you're watching this, Jen. I am going to send you a message that it took so long for me to respond. But like I said, I just feel like I come home from school and I'm tired. So when I opened up the box, it's funny here. It says donation China cabinet plates, but that's not actually what's in there. And so I just quick opened it and I thought, oh, I'll save this for a video. So in here were some Bernat Blanket Ago yarn. I've had a few of these before, not this big one. And I'm trying to see here. Patent pending. That's funny. Bernat Blanket Ago. So I got this. This is really cool. It's Bernat Blanket yarn, 3-toned. And there's another one. I love blues. And then also in this box, no card, but I'm going to put these back in here because I'm piling up my extra desk chair real high with what I'm talking about. Are these yarns, you guys? This is going to be crazy. This is Peyton's Cotton Club. And I think this is vintage yarn. This was $2.95 a skein. But isn't this a real pretty color? This cotton with some, the kind of aqua with some white in it. 50 grand balls of cotton. And it says machine wash, dryable. I was trying to find a date on here just to see how vintage this yarn is. But it doesn't smell bad. So I got a whole bunch of these. I'm going to show you guys real quick in this box. All packed around the side. So I got those. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Then, a couple days later, I know you guys, this place is a mess. Actually, what's in this bag? Oh, I was actually, I'll show you what this is in a minute. That's another thing. I got another thing in there I forgot about. Then, I got another one. China cabinet, teacups, etc. donation. Now, I should have been paying attention. I'm going to have to use a knitting needle to open this sucker up. And it's from the same gal. Ugh. So I should have, she's a very thorough taper. Jen, you're a very thorough taper. So let's see if I can get the, ugh. So I'll chat with you while I'm working on this. But I am pretty excited. I need a knife or something sharper. This is not working very well. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what's in here. Now, Jen lives in a different state. She doesn't live in Wisconsin anymore. I haven't seen her since college, over 20 years. But obviously, Facebook is what keeps people together. Social media. It's interesting because social media does have a real bad side to it, does it not? But then also, just like anything, social media does have good points too. And one of them is keeping people in touch that live far away. Yep, and I remember one of the first things I started doing when I got my Facebook and my social media was started looking up people that I hadn't seen that moved far away. So that's what I like to use it. Obviously, is YouTube social media? Obviously, I like connecting with people because I didn't have a lot of people in my real life that loved crafts as much as I did. And so that's why I started making YouTube videos. Okay, I finally got in there, y'all. But yeah, so that's how I connected with her, was on social media. And holy Toledo, it's a whole box of yarn. I'm going to try to summarize what I see in here. Okay, I've got some vintage, I know this Red Heart, look at that label. But then also some mainstain yarn, not very old. I got more of this from the last box, the Peyton's Club. And then some giants, or some big balls, or cakes of some fingering blue yarn, no name. Here's another Red Heart. This is a thinner weight. And here's a spool, partial spool. And then there's some little tiny skeins. Here's some bigger mainstay yarn. Some a light blue and a gray. I've got an itch right there. Couple more of these big guys. Ooh, here's another one of these. I don't know what brand this is. I haven't seen yarn. I usually see cotton on them. Then here's a few more old red hearts. And then here's some brown. These are all thinner yarns though. I would say the only ones that are worsted, whew, I'm gonna spill, are these, this one big red heart and these mainstays. Here, I have to put this on the floor, y'all. I'm getting to a part where it's getting messy. Because also then there's this big bag. Let's see what's in here. Looks like it's more knitting needles, bamboo, circulars, clover. Oh my gosh, let's see what they used to cost. $7.50. And what are these ones? Oh, no, empty package. Either that or they're in the bag and they didn't put them away. Here's some more bamboo, clover, circulars. Ooh, here are Susan Bates circular knitting needles, bamboo. Here is a little mini clump of circular knitting needles. Could you imagine, before the life of interchangeable knitting needles, you had to have every possible size of needle and circular. What do I have down here? Ooh, you can never have enough of these darning needles. This, oh, a gauge finder. Look at this, you guys. Let's see what this says on here. I don't have my glasses, so I'm doing the best I can. This is a Susan Bates, $1.50, knit check all-in-one. It's not a gauge finder, I was wrong. Well, you could find the gauge with that measuring, but then also it has those holes that you put your knitting needle in, and it tells you what size needle you have. Some little, ooh, I almost opened it. Some little tiny stitch marker container. That's cute. That's cute. And then double pointed needles, DPNs. This is how knitters knitted a circle until they got the circular needles. Those poor folks. And then here's a bamboo set of DPNs. Tamuka bamboo knitting needles. That's something. Yeah, have you ever seen that meme of a crochet hook that's like laughing? And it says, it takes 4 of you to replace the 1 of me. You can crochet in a circle. And then down here, oh, wow, this is a real thick circular. There's 2 sets here. It's almost like a rubber. That's interesting. Okay, and then down here, what do we got? A bunch of loose needles. Hopefully they all have their partners in here. I'm going to show you. See? And there's one of these. I actually know what one of these are for. This is a tool for cable knitting. I know that because I saw my stepmom doing it on an airplane once. I am nowhere near the place where I would be able to cable knit. I can only do knit purl and knit stitches together. Yeah, I can change colors in knitting. That's all. I still am in the 1 sock club. And I make lots of hats. That's all I do with my knitting. I could make a scarf, but really? Okay, you guys. So this is a really fun box. Also this year, very exciting for the crochet club, which most of this yarn I will use in my crochet club, is they hired a new teacher at our school. In fact, I should say in general, with the enrollment growth and new buildings, we have a lot of new teachers. But one of them also is a crochet hobbyist. This is her first year in a new school, so that's always your first job. Your first year at a new job is always a lot. But I'm hoping to snatch her up for crochet club, because let me tell you, there's nothing harder than teaching a bunch of 10, 3rd or 4th graders how to crochet at once. The art teacher helps me out, and she's really great. And actually, she has, I'd like to say, in part inspired by me, a high school fiber arts class. Yeah, where they crochet, they knit, they macrame. I know. And so sometimes her high school students will come down to help out with Crochet Club, because you need it. It's all hands on deck to teach those youngins how to crochet. Some of them get it right away. Others, it's a very slow process. And my favorite week of Crochet Club is the second week, when they've taken their project home, and instead of going in rows back and forth, all of a sudden they're like going around. They just never stop. Or their projects went from being like this to like, just reminds you of the good old days, right? So anyway, thank you, Jen, for these lovely donations for Crochet Club. The kids love it. I love it. It's great because, I mean, we can charge them a fee to be in Crochet Club, but even then, the amount that we charge doesn't even pay for one full hook. And so it's nice when you have a lot of kids in there to be able to send them out with a couple hooks and a few things of yarn, and then send them off onto their fiber arts dreams. But yeah, you guys, I think that is, oh, I was going to show you the other thing. What? I completely forgot. I bought this at my Walmart on a whim. I walked by and I saw this. I wanted, and it is Bernat blanket. Now, the same kind of yarn that's in that Go-Go that I just got, but it claims right here, it's going to make a granny. So I bought this, and this is what it says on the inside. Where is it? Where is it? Now, first of all, I don't even know why I even think I'm going to be able to read this writing without my reading glasses. Okay, so the first part of it is trying to give you tips on, I can't read it, but I can remember what it said. Not word for word. It essentially says that, one, you have to center pull. Okay, so when you get these Go-Go's, you've got to center pull if you're going to get this project done. All right. And then it claims, it tells you to leave, I think, like you leave a tail, which I crocheted over, so I can't even show you. And then you're supposed to go around, and it tells you, in order to achieve the perfect granny, you need to loosen and tighten your tension. If you go around and your color change is not at the beginning of the new round, you have to pull out and loosen your tension or tighten it. No kidding. I don't know if I thought magic would happen, but that's what I ended up doing. And then I also ended up having, they wanted you to have, I can't read it. Why do I not have reading glasses over here? I want to say it told you to put 3 chains in the middle or in the corners. Well, I went around and took those out and only left 2. And I'm just having the worst time. And then I want to show you what the join, you can sort of see here what it looks like where it's joining. But I wanted to show you, I finished with much modification to get to the granny, which I still think it looks kind of crooked. I'm not really impressed, but it's Bernat blanket yarn. It's not going to look perfect like acrylic. I want to show you what the joining of these 2 colors look like. Look at that. Is that not ugly? Now, I obviously know nothing about the creation of these multicolor skeins, but I am not liking that. No matter how careful I am going to have that ugly bit. And I also don't like the way they're telling me to make my granny. Now, I guess I'm a granny snob and I like the way I make my granny, so I'm going to do it my way. But either way, that's what I'm ending up with. This weird little, I took pictures, which I'll delete from my phone because I wanted to show you that, but I'm just showing you in a video. So needless to say, it is like that throughout. Do you see where the joining of the 2 colors are? So what I'm going to tell you guys, in my opinion, just buy the separate yarns. Now I know burlap blanket is difficult to join because I made a king size blanket for my king size bed using burlap blanket extra. And I actually made a video talking about how I ended up joining the two colors because it's a thicker yarn. It's not like acrylic where you can weave them in together and they just hide together. These ends poke out. And so I know it is unpleasant. I actually took a needle and a thread and sewed them together. And let me tell you, in that king size bed, there was lots of ends to sew in. But that was the only way I could do it. And so I understand that this is the way they have to join the two colors, but it's just not pretty. So if you want a nice, pretty, perfect one, you're going to have to just buy the separate colors yourself or not do it in Bernat. This should not have been invented. I don't know why they did this, because your project might look like that on the front, but it is not going to look like that where the colors join. It's just, and I'm already using a pretty sizable hook. I want to say an L or an M. I don't know, maybe I should go up a hook size and maybe, no, I can't because I'm finishing before I get to the color change. So if I wanted to make it so that it came perfect, I would have to go a smaller hook size. Oof. So anyway, this was $10 at my Walmart. The Bernat all-in-one blanket granny square yarn. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now, if I had the kind of personality that could deal with mistakes or color changes in the wrong spots, then I think I'd be fine with that. And that's who you are. I'm happy for you, and you probably have a much happier life than me. But I am not that kind of person. I even color control mandala and Karen cakes, okay? And that's where I cut it so that the color changes happen in nice places. I don't even know why I bought that. I might just frog it out and knit something with it or something. Because color changes, I think, hide better in knit because the rows are so small. Okay. I'm going to put that. Hopefully you waited till the whole 25 minutes to hear me rant about that. I'm going to put it in the title that I'm going to talk about that. And hopefully I'll get everyone go all the way to 29 minutes to hear me rant about Bernat blankets, crochet, granny square yarn, subpar. Okay, you guys. I don't know about links in the description. I'm going to try my best. I actually hate that part lately. And that's the part that really holds me up from getting these videos out, is doing the links in the description. So if I want to get this out and have you guys watch a video, there might not be any down there. I might have to do it later when I'm less fussy. Because I got to get my Michael's apron done for career day on Thursday. Okay? And I possibly have to take my oldest son to urgent care. There's a lot going on. All right, you guys, thanks for waiting for me to make a video. Thanks for watching and subscribing and liking and sharing my videos. And until the next one, happy crafting. Bye.